Not more than maybe 4 days ago, I did a video on how I hate using this word, but hacked the SuperTrickler so that I could do a bunch of brass sorting for a buddy of mine. Now, this video is not going to be a merits of weight sorting. Look, I get it. There's people who don't like weight sorting things. There's people that do like weight sorting it. I'm going to tell you, I do weight sort a few things. I don't weight sort most of it. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to find what works for you. There are quite a few people who either weight sort bullets, weight sort brass, or weight sort primers. And I think in those situations, you need to have a quick and efficient way to do it that yields really good results. And there's really never been a great way to do any kind of weight sorting. And I think for the people that do, or maybe are kind of on the fence as to weight sorting, you know, the time involved and the potential for error has been a big kind of detractor in them wanting to, you know, maybe do more testing or give it a try. People who are hardcore into weight sorting, you know, like my buddy who I did the weight sorting for the other day, you know, like, honestly, he'd rather do it faster, but he doesn't care. He's going to do it one way or another. So the guys at SuperTrickler, I'm on the beta team, you know, looking at new ways to improve it and testing and stuff. And they saw how I had done the brass sorting hack on it, and, you know, like, literally the next day the programmer goes, okay, we can make this a function right now. So, or at least a function to test in the beta program. And so within 24 hours, he already had a weight sorting program written, and I'm going to show you. Keep in mind, this is not part of the current 2.0 release. This will be something that comes out in the near future, though. So if you are somebody who wants to weight sort, just keep in mind, this is going to be a function. And I think it adds to their philosophy of creating an entire system out of the machine instead of just a powder dispenser. So let's get started. From the main screen, we select, we hit mode, and then we have a new one down here called weight logging. And we have the weight logging screen. Now, there's a couple ways that we can do it. One is going to be to simply put a piece of brass or bullets or whatever we want to weigh on there. And, I mean, it could be chocolate chips for all it matters. And then it's going to log everything. We can also use an empty cup if we do things that are smaller, like a primer. And I'm going to show you how to do both of those. So the first thing we need to make sure we do, or at least probably want to do, is I want to delete the current log file. So I've got some stuff from playing around in here. I'm wiping the whole weight logging file clean. So that's done. The next thing I need to determine is, do I use a cup or no cup? The default is no cup. If I want to use a cup, there's a little icon. I'll show you how to use that here in a second. The second thing we need to do is make sure that we enable logging. So that green light needs to be on. And the default is not to log, and that's just so you don't end up with a ton of data in a file accidentally. Or there are people who want to weigh stuff, but they don't care about the Excel side of it or the spreadsheet side of it. So make sure you enable logging, and then we can simply take a piece of brass, put it on here. Blue light comes on, it's ready to pull off. Green light comes on, we can put the brass on for the next one. And you can see that it's keeping a count, and it tells me I'm in group 1. Okay. And, you know, you just keep going. Now, if you have multiple boxes of brass or bullets or primers or whatever, chocolate chips you want to sort, you can hit the little up and down button to create group 2. So how about group 2 could be, you know, our bullets. So I'll throw a bullet on there. But maybe you're weighing the bullets and you go, wow, that, you know, I don't like the fact that it's rolling around. I want to use a cup. Okay, great. So we've got our cup. We're going to hit use cup. Ensure scale is clear, then press me. Place empty cup on here. Press me. And now it's ready to go. Wait for the green light like I did. And then you'll be able to use the cup. So now I can put a bullet in here. And let's do another group. So we'll do group 3 here, and we'll do it for the primers. So it's already zeroed for the pan. I can just move to something different if I'm doing walnuts and then chocolate chips, or maybe pistachios, whatever. And that's all there is to it. It's very simple. Now, the one thing you do need to make sure, and it says right on the machine here, make sure you close this before removing the SD card. It needs to write the file. Closing this will do that. But before I do that, I want to show you something real quick. Now, I don't know that this is actually a recommended way to do it, but it's the way that I would personally do it, simply because I think it gives you more room to work with. Is for me, I'm going to simply take the SuperTrickler off. Okay, and we'll go ahead and start another group here. And right now it says in use for the cup, so I'm going to turn that off. Now it's no longer using the cup. And now I have complete access to the pan. Now obviously you need to make sure you're in a draft-free environment. Make sure you're not getting, any drift on the actual scale itself. But for me, this just opens it up a little bit. Whatever works for you. The fact is that it is a really great little function. So I'm going to hit close. And now I can pull the card out. We're going to go stick this in my computer. I'm going to show you what the files look like and some of the ways that you can manipulate the data very quickly, so that you can pull your brass and or bullets or primers or whatever it is that you're doing. And we'll go from there. The one thing I will say before we do that, obviously if you're doing things like the brass is different, because if you're sorting brass into boxes by weight, then obviously you may not need to do the data logging, right? Same thing with primers or bullets. If you've got a 179.95 to 179.97 bin, and then a 97 to 180, and you're throwing bullets in there, that's why you would probably not want to do the data logging. But there are situations where you've got your brass and it's all organized and you want to go low to high. I know some people have done that with bullets, and I know some people have done that with primers. So that's where the data logging comes into play. So let's go take a look at that data logging. I'll show you what you can do with it. Even though I've already uploaded, I'm just going to show you. This is the SD card that came out of the SuperTrickler. We're going to click on log, and then we're going to click on weight. And in my case, I would right click, and then I'm opening with Excel. You can open with numbers, whatever you use. So let's close that out. This is the file that would open. And you can see here, it automatically puts it into the group and then the group count. Okay, so group you can control on the machine. Remember I showed you with the up and down arrows. So that's groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when you start a new group, it starts a new count. So group 1, 1, 2, 3, and then group 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, group 3, and so on. And then this is the total count. And these come into play in different ways. So let's just say that this was all representative of brass, and we wanted to sort the brass low to high. Well, what we would want to do then is we want to sort the total count, but we want to sort it by weight. So we'd come over to weight, we would simply do data, and then we would just want to sort low to high. We want to expand selection. And now you can see that it's low to high, and it'll tell you, okay, we want to go group 3, then group 2, then group 4, then group 1. And that's just the way that it went from low to high. So in this particular case, the group in this case could be the box of brass that you're working within. So here it would already be in order for you, 3, 2, 1, and so on. If you needed to, you could parse these out and sort it. It just depends how you want to do it. But it gives you good information here. It lets you come up with different ways that you can manipulate the data if you want to. And I think that really makes it powerful. There's people that love having all of this data at their fingertips. They're going to, save it into files. They can go back and check on it, compare it to new lots of brass or bullets or primers or whatever they want to sort. Like I said, donuts. It doesn't matter. Whatever you can get on that pan, you can weight sort. So, this is I think a really great tool. I can tell you that just in the time that I made and posted this video, there's already been an update to the layout. The pan usage that's in the upper left corner is now an icon down in the bottom where it's a little more prevalent. And then as we get more updates, I'll make more videos showing you guys what's going on. So anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. We'll talk later.